Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, continuing my tour here at the Ralston Arboretum, and I am here in the geophyte border, which is one of my favorite sections. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn the camera around because there is so much to show you. I have an affinity for gesneriads in general, and I'm not sure what this is. Again, I don't see the sign. Hopefully I will find one. I think this is a type of Syningia, and I love that they're fall blooming. That's from short days. That's what stimulates them to bloom. They have a lot of different varieties, hybrids, genera of gesneriads in this collection. They also have great things like crinum, oxalis, tons of rain lilies. Of course, none of the rain lilies are blooming right now because we've been dry for several weeks. But now is really the time when the dahlias start to really shine through, and they have a great collection of hardy dahlias planted here. If I pan down, you'll see it's just a rainbow with all the different dahlias in bloom. They also grow the Dahlia imperialis, which is the tree dahlia. Those, every now and again, we get good flowers on them, but often we have frost before they bloom. So they're not fully reliable. They're also big and bulky. Not a plant I want in my garden, but I like to enjoy it here. And you can also see lots of hedychium, ginger lilies. I think that's Dr. Moy back there, that variegated one. It might be vanilla ice. I'm not totally sure. I'm not gonna tromp through and try to find the label. But I love all the different colors, and I love these dark leaf dahlias. And a lot of these are just seedlings at this point. They're not named cultivars. This border, I believe, is about 15 years old, maybe older. The COVID years keep messing me up. But that allows for a lot of cross-pollination and seeds to germinate. And I appreciate that they leave those in. You can see lots of bee activity, these beautiful dahlias. It's just such a colorful buffet, and this is really the absolute prime time to be here to witness this display. Nothing quite like all the dahlias blooming at one time, and then of course having that great texture from crinums and cardiocrinum kind of interrupting the bold foliage. Well, it's super exciting to see so many people out at the Arboretum, and there's several weddings going on. So I don't know how much commentary I'm going to be able to give as I go through the perennial border, but I definitely want to share that with all of you. Now, today in my talk, I was referencing this section here because this happens to be an area that has a lot of really practical plants. Here is Sophia's namesake, Iris golden panther. That's actually where we got her nickname from. So this is an iris that has golden yellow flower. And then we've got really great hydrangea quercifolia, the oak leaf hydrangea. This is a nice cultivar called Sem's Beauty. And then awesome salvia. I think this is Salvia blepharophila. Without a label, I don't feel confident. And then this is one of the few roses that actually generally looks good all the time. What I appreciate about the Arboretum, they do not baby their plants. So if a rose gets sick, it gets yanked out. They're not trying to treat it with tons of stuff. This is one that really consistently blooms from spring, well past frost. See tons of flower buds coming. This is Rosa Red Treasure. So it's Tahitian Treasure is its trademark name. I also was bringing up lilacs, specifically heat tolerant lilacs, in my program today. And though I don't grow this particular variety, this is the bloomerang lilac. You can see it actually is still blooming in October. So that's pretty reliable. It's not the most beautiful plant, but lilacs are a real challenge here in the South, and this is one of the newer varieties, I believe from Proven Winners, that actually does live in this climate. I have to confess, I'm jealous. My mums are not in bloom yet, but I think that's because mine are in so much shade at this point. They will bloom, but usually they don't bloom until after Halloween, which is sometimes when we have frost. I really like this pink mum with the pink muley grass. I just took you through the kind of purple muted section of the perennial border, and here is kind of a transition zone with that brilliant Arundo Donax. Not a grass that I would want at my house because it spreads too much, but I can appreciate it in other places. And you know, this was designed by Edith Edelman, and it was designed in the Gertrude Drechsel style. And so it's color blocked, and it really is remarkable all year long, but I think October is really the peak for this perennial border. Lots of salvias. You can see back there is a hibiscus mutabilis, I think. I love that really tall pennisetum. I think that's Prince. In past visits, you know, different plants like the coral bean were in bloom earlier in the summer, and of course now is the prime time for cuffias, which are some of my all-time favorite fall blooming plants. It's just a really exciting thing to see a big traditional English perennial border. These have sort of gone out of style in part because they are so much maintenance. But the amount of plant material in here and the incredible amount of diversity is what really makes it so extraordinary. There's a lot that you can glean from a public garden, and part of that is the appreciation that you don't have to do things on this scale at your own house. And that will often give you the relief that you know you'll ultimately be able to go on vacation. Of course, it's aster season. So I really like how this border starts purple pink, ends purple pink, and then you have all the bold colors in the middle. Well, I'm not going to be a creep, but there's a wedding going on down there in the rose garden, which is always so exciting. It's a wonderful place to be able to have such a special memory and to be able to share it with all your guests. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this installation of my mid-October tour here at the Ralston Arboretum. I look forward to sharing another one with you tomorrow. As always, thanks so much for watching. Happy gardening.